Ha! This video's obviously clickbait. Vassar College is for real people, not YouTubers. What? Now, I know this looks really awesome. That's right, goofs and gaffs. I'm KJ Locke, and I went to Vassar College over the summer. I had the privilege and honor of being inducted into the Powerhouse Theater Training Program for their 39th season, which meant I would be spending 6 weeks, which actually turned out to be 5 weeks, because they fucking lied to us! In Book FC, New York, participating in classes, workshops, and other great theater opportunities. I knew this summer would be one I'd want to remember for the rest of my life, and I thought it would be valuable to chronicle my many misadventures at Vassar. I'm keeping that take in, we're doing it all in one take. So I took my camera with me and made a video diary of all of the misadventures. I don't want to keep anyone waiting, but first I want to talk about the description, because there's a lot of timestamps in there, because this is a really long video, and I don't want, and if you don't want to watch it all in one sitting, and you can, if you want to skip around to specific days, because I'm gonna have, each day is gonna have their own little fun title, I think, so that'll be fun. If not, then you can still skip around or do whatever. I do not give a shit. This is a resource for you. Use it however you want. Alright, also, I may or may not make another video about my experience, just like something more like edited down and consumable for real people and not people that want to watch 2-hour video diaries. So, and I'll actually, and they'll go more overview of the experience. I'll go into how I got in the program, and some different stuff. So I don't know. Otherwise, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Hello, goofs and gaffs. You can see my fingers move. It's really fast. In this day one video entry, this is this entry is being recorded like pretty late into the evening, and yeah, let me tell you about my day today. So I got up at like 5:30, had to like get ready to leave, and then we drove up here for like it was a 3.5 hour drive roughly, and I had my headphones in most of the time, but it was fine. But yeah, we stopped at a diner halfway through, and that was pretty good. I had these leftover disco fries from there, and it's basically like fries with cheese and gravy on them. And then on the way here, we drove over the Hudson River. At one point, there was like a bridge that went over it, and it was cool. And yeah, that's how we got here. And when we got here, genuinely, like my first thoughts were like, wow, this campus is really beautiful, because it is. It's like such a nice campus. Sorry, just had some gum. But yeah, like the buildings are so beautiful here. They're like a gothic kind of aesthetic, like an older, more antique sort of style. It's like I'm living in a 1912 mansion right now that also has college dorm rooms for some reason. Like I don't know. It's just like everything here looks so like elegantly decorated. It's like all these cool like decorations, and there's all these different like parlor rooms and like stuff like that. It was all like really nice coming up, and there were a bunch of managers and like assistants and stuff like that to like help out with the moving process. So it went relatively smooth. Oh yeah. Here are some of my thoughts when I was first moving into this joint. Oops, I dropped my tape. Oh well. When I sit up from the bed, it sounds like there are funny little creatures in my mattress. I like the design of the sink. I don't know where the plugs are. The Wi-Fi is Vassar Guest, by the way. You have to sign into that with your name and email. It's cool. Tic Tac Chewy is good because they gave us Tic Tac Chewies, which, yeah. So I unpacked. So I got up here, where I was assigned to the second floor. So I brought up all my stuff. It took me roughly like a couple hours to unpack everything. Hang on, let me show you my room a little bit. My bed over here. This is my desk setup. That there. And yeah, after I unpacked everything, and just after a couple hours, I went down to the dining hall over here, Gordon Commons, and it was a cool place. It's really it's a really like big building, and it's like an all you can eat thing. They have like a lot of different options every day from the looks of it. Even though I've only been here one day, so it doesn't really say anything. And yeah, it was a minute walk. It was a very nice walk. I got to see more of the campus, take some more pictures, and like yeah, lunch was good. I just had a salad, which shows how fuck I messed up the joke. And since it's a big building, and there's apparently only like 25 of us or something, or somewhere around there. There were a lot of empty seats that I could have taken, but you know what? I wanted friends. Damn it. So I did not sit alone. I found these two people who were chatting it up. I went up to them, asked if I could sit with them, and we became the bestest of friends immediately. Okay, no, but seriously, we got along. I like the person. They're pretty cool. I hope I can talk to them more. Hope I get to work with them as the program progresses here. And yeah, no, it's just like it's really nice to make friends here, and it seems like from what I can tell, it's a very like close knit community of people. So it's very easy to make friends once you start talking to people, and heck, people probably start talking to you, honestly. So yeah, no, it's very easy here to like make friends, like connect with people, and I really like that about theater in general, because that's like why I got into it in the first place, or one of the main reasons anyway. You know, another part of it was like the creativity aspect, but also just like getting to be a part of something, and then like just having this like being able to work together as part of a group, not only as co-workers ever, but like as friends, as people. You get to hold hands and sing Kumbaya over the fire. That's fun. Oh yeah. Hey, hang on. I wrote this joke in here. I'm very proud of it. I already made a friend, and I didn't know where the utensils were. And then in parentheses, I put true story, because I didn't know where the utensils were to eat my salad, and I had to look for a solid minute to find them. That was really fun. It was a really fun time I had doing that. Man, let me take a breath. Yeah, I am very tired because I've been walking around like all day, doing all sorts of fun stuff. So, oh yeah, at the dining hall, by the way, one of the people, well, one of the guest speakers for for an upcoming event, I think it's tomorrow. They were they like they usually like, okay, it's a fun story with that. So for the events here, they have like guest speakers, and the guest speakers usually like stay in the dorms, like with the training company. So it's like really cool, honestly, just to see like just to kind of like be in close proximity with these like you know like with these experienced talented people, you know. It's kind of a cool thing. And what I love about it is that like you can just like casually strike a conversation with them. Like, you just casually like say like, hey, my name is blank. Do you want to talk about stuff? And then they'll talk to you. Like it's really nice. It's a laid back kind of thing. I like it. All right. Okay, yeah. So like after lunch and all that, I was feeling pretty good. Shortly afterwards, though, we had a meeting, and that was fun. That was after, you know, I got home. I relaxed for a little while. I did the rest of my unpacking. I painted my nails. There we go. And you know, all that stuff. And that was fun. We talked. Mostly it was like a getting to know people session, but we also talked like a bit about the program and like what the expectations are, in a more general like do your best and experiment with things. Good luck kind of way. You know what I mean? This me 10 minutes. Hang on. Yeah, 10-minute video diary entry. This video's gonna be really long. This is gonna be fun. Yeah. All right, and then after the meeting, that went on for like I think roughly an hour and a half. We got a quick photo of all the company, and then we went to eat dinner. And let me tell you, they have such good brick oven pizza here. I had a slice of the chicken parmesan pizza, and that stuff was ethereal. Like I felt my body transcend away from my soul or whatever, and it was really good. I liked it. So then after that, we had to come back here for another short meeting. This is for a project, our first project. We got Harry Pottered with the sorting hat to like random groups. They called it that, but they called it like a sorting hat. So I'm pretty sure they knew of the reference. I thought that was cool, and yeah, no, like we got put in these groups, and basically tomorrow we're gonna be like doing a little play, but it's like we have to do it all, I think, like 4 hours or something, and it's meant to be like very first draft, just kind of having fun. But we're also supposed to like take it seriously, so which I will do. I think it's gonna be a really fun activity. I think most of the people in my group, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to start, you know, writing or doing whatever for stuff. Because here's the thing, we're not supposed to like really. We're not necessarily supposed to like stick ourselves sort of little groups. Like we're all gonna act, and we're all gonna do like different things. So I might not write. I might just act or, you know, do something else or whatever. So that I think it's really fun. It's really fun. But I don't really know what's gonna entail with that. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, right now I just have a short break, and then in a little while we're gonna go to a reading of something. think it's called Medea and Her Sons. So it's fun. It's gonna be exciting. Can't wait for that. And yeah, that's about it for tonight. I'm gonna be pretty tired when I get back. I will say before we end this off that for each day that I'm here, I'm gonna I'm gonna chew one piece of gum from this that I have. It's gonna be cool. So I will show you the gum each day. I already chewed this one, but here it is. I'm gonna throw that out when I get the chance. Probably when I end this thing, which I really should do because this is almost 14 minutes. Holy shit! All right, I'll see you in day 2, where we will do orientation apparently, and that'll be fun, and also the project. So I'll have a lot to talk about. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is just a quick update, but I got back from the reading, and it was great. I loved it. That went on for like, I think, roughly 2 hours, and after that we just walked back as a group. It was fun, and yeah, I'm ready to get ready for bed here. I will say though, before I go to bed here, I just want to say that I just want to reiterate, because I might have said something about this in the actual entry, but I just feel like it's so easy to like just like start talking to people here, because like in most like circles I feel like awkward doing that, and so I don't make as much like, you know, like friends, like connections. I don't really like talk as much, but I feel like here I'm just like more able to just like talk to people whenever I want, or okay, not literally whenever I want, but like you get my point. I don't know, man. I just think that's cool, and it also ties into, you know, why I did do it in the first place, for the community and the ability to make like friends and just gonna be able to talk to people casually. Okay, I'm going to bed now. Day 2 of the Vassar Summer Video Diary. Had my... Alright, so, I woke up at like 7 a.m. today. I did my morning routine, went to breakfast, you know, cleaned up, all that, and then, we had like a orientation meeting today at like 9. And that went on for like roughly an hour and a half. We were talking about like classes, like what classes we're taking, observerships, beyond that, which basically, okay, so for the writers and for the directors, they're not gonna have, like, they're gonna be at rehearsals sometimes, but they're not gonna be doing the same stuff that the actors are doing. They're gonna be like observing stuff and looking at like how the directors do things and what goes on during the rehearsals, and like kind of like learn from that. And then also we do take like acting classes. I'm pretty sure we take like a bunch of different classes. We take like sound painting, acting, stage composition, collaboration, like that kind of stuff. We have a writer's workshop. So yeah, that's fun. It's a bunch of different stuff. And then after that, we had a cool campus tour. We got to see the library and the arts center and some other buildings. Apparently, there's this building, the Rockefeller building, and apparently, John W. Rockefeller, whatever the fuck his name is, he donated like a gazillion dollars to the building, and then he wanted a check back of all the money they didn't use. So they sent him a check of $2 after the building was built. So that was cool. Also, apparently, there are skeletons buried around here, so that's cool. And also, apparently, there's no living record that the land at Vassar was bought because the place is so old. So, I guess, yeah. Oh yeah. Also, we passed by this one tree, and apparently for a while, this tree had like a world record attached to it because it has this like really long branch that sticks out of it, and it had the world record. It was the world record holder for like the longest uh, freestanding tree branch or whatever the fuck it's called. And I thought that was cool. And then apparently what they would do is when they weren't being like when the world record people weren't there, which was most of the time, they would like put chains up on the tree to like keep the tree branch in place so it wouldn't fall. And then they just take them off when the world record people came to like confirm the record, which I'm yeah. So they stopped doing that after a while because they eventually found out about it, I guess. But yeah, that's cool. We learned all that like on the tour, by the way. So that was fun. That was a nice lore drop. But yeah, after that we had lunch, and then we started on our first project of the program, and we're supposed to finish that up pretty soon here, actually. So basically we were like randomly assigned to groups, and we were told to, and we were given like a location and like a bunch of like stage directions and lines and stuff that we had to include in there, and they just sent us out. They told us to make a play, and that's like 5 to 7 minutes long. They told us to make a play in like 4 hours. It's meant to be very improvisational and like fun. It's not. I assume there's not really much of a strict grade attached to it. It's more so just doing the thing. So, yeah. But yeah, we got done a little early, and they told us, hey, if you're good with what you have, then feel free to take a little break, because it's like 80 something degrees out, and it's like really warm. And also, guys, don't die in the heat, because it was really hot out here today. Like it was in the 80s. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Yeah, it's like mid 80s today, near where we are. So that's fun. But yeah, we have to finish that up in a little while. We have to present our plays, so I gotta go to do that soon. And then after that we have dinner, and we're gonna go to another reading. This time it's gonna be a reading for. It's called "It Is Right to Rebel," and it's about Mao Zedong's wife. So I'm excited for that one. I think it's gonna be very very interesting. I'm gonna like it. The last one, the one yesterday was great. I'm pretty sure I said that. I think maybe, but yeah, everything that I've seen so far has been great. So I'm doing good. That's about it for this. Welcome to day 3 of the video diary. I've got a lot to talk about today, so I'm gonna just go through a bunch of. Basically, I just write down stuff as I go through the day, as I think of it, so I can talk about it here, because otherwise I'm gonna forget stuff, and then won't be a full video diary. First of all, I want to talk about the rest of yesterday, because I made my video diary entry yesterday, like mid-afternoon. We had the first project, as I talked about, and after I made that entry, we actually presented each of our plays, and they were all really good. Basically, like, they were meant to be a little more on the improvised side. Like, we were supposed to like come up with ideas and stuff, but I don't think any of us really had like scripts per se. So that's but yeah, everything was really good. I noticed that a couple of them focused more on like movement in particular, as opposed to like dialogue, which I thought was really interesting. Personally, like those are my favorite. And also, there's a lot of like audience interaction, so that was fun. And to be fair, we did like pick like elements out of like hats, and some of those were like audience interaction and like bad dancing in quotes, bad dancing in quotes, and stuff like that. So it makes sense. But yeah, for mine, we did a wedding crasher story where the ex comes in and steals someone's bride. The ex of the bride comes back, and then the groom and the ex have a rock paper scissors fight. It's cool, and I got to be a flower girl and prance around with my hat, going like, no, and it was fun. I liked it. And then a little later that day, we saw "It Is Right to Rebel" as like that day's reading, and that. Okay, I guess I'm not sure if I explained this yet, but pretty much like a reading is just like, okay, so like in a regular performance, you have like people like acting on stage, acting on a story, right? This is kind of like that, but the characters aren't really like physically acting; they're just reading from a script. So it's basically like a room of voice actors as they're like reading out their lines. And there's some action. They try to incorporate that, but it's still like in the process of being fully realized, so not everything is there yet. And also, usually stage directions are like read aloud and all that stuff, so that's fun. But yeah, no, like it was really good. It was about like communist China during the period of like Mao Zedong and stuff like that. And I thought it was so interesting to me. It really recontextualized my concept of that era, because I learned about it in like middle school, but since it's the public education system in America, they generalized it as communism was evil and Mao Zedong was also evil, and that's it pretty much. We learned about like the Great Leap Forward, but it was very surface level, I assure you. But yeah, it was really good. Okay, I guess I should talk next about how fucking hot it is right now. Something to know about Vassar, it gets very hot here during the summer, as I have been learning recently. Oh my god, like last night, it was so warm in here, I was having trouble getting to sleep. Like, I have my fan over there, I usually have it on. I don't have it on now because I'm doing the video diary, but usually I have it on. Even with that on, and like blowing on me, it was like so warm. I had to like take my blankets off and just sleep with the sheets, and like, it was terrible. Like, the room itself is good. It's just the heat. The heat is like you really need to like hydrate and like take care of yourself in that regard, because otherwise you are not gonna have fun at all. Or you probably will have fun, but just it's not gonna be as fun, and the heat will certainly be a problem if you're not prepared for it. Yeah. Alright, hang on. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the social climate right now, because I've been mentioning that a couple times. I mean, I'd say it's like right around. I'd say it's like getting to the point where I can see like sort of groups, like more established friend groups forming, and I'd say there's like a bit less like mixing. There's still plenty of it, and I think especially like during the workshops there is, but outside of that, I don't see nearly as much like. Or, I don't really know how to describe it, because like obviously, you know, people are gonna have friends that they hang out with more than others, and that's just how it is, right? Which is perfectly fine, right? I think for the most part, yes, that is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, and you know, as long as we're all on good terms and we can all like talk to each other and you know, be dandy, this fine by me. But it is something that I'm noticing. I'm noticing that people are kind of finding their groups and establishing more of a connection with them specifically. And also people have been talking about today about tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow, okay, so today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. That's when classes start, and we're supposed to be kind of like split off into like our own like classes. Like, there's going to be some overlap there. We are going to have some classes together, but like we're not going to be able to see each other all the time, right? There's definitely going to be some level of separation. I mean, like outside of class and shit, like I'm sure you could like hang out, but you know, there is that level of like, okay, guys, we're going to need to lock in and do shit. So, I don't know, that's something I've been noticing. I thought that was interesting. I wrote it in here as the doom of tomorrow. Like, yeah. Sorry. Thank you for dealing with my breathing. We were talking about that in a workshop today, but I'm gonna get to that. So, instead of saying sorry, we should say thank you. Unless, of course, we should say sorry, and we should, but it's more so about how we tend to say, how we tend to apologize for things a lot of the time. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wrote in here, I wonder how long this notebook will last, because it's only 70 pages, and the class haven't even started yet. I've already used like 3 of those pages. Technically, if we're kind of like front and back, it's only like 1.5, but still. I hope it's enough, because if it's not, then I don't know. But yeah, like, but yeah, I feel like I feel like I'm gonna have to like start focusing. I almost feel like I have to start focusing more on myself then. You know, if everyone's kind of like, you know, expected to like lock in, which yes, that's that's fair. But I'm just hoping that doesn't prevent me from like socializing as well. So that's been a concern, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm working on a short play right now. Actually, I've had the idea for a while. It's about the it's like this whole thing with like life and death. So I like it so far. It's in the planning phase, but I've been like writing out a lot of like stuff that'll be helpful. So. I wrote in here, my pen is nearly out of ink, but I accidentally wrote the words pen and is really close to each other, so it looks like a bad word. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the dining hall. There's popsicles at the dining hall, and like ice cream and stuff. And I didn't know that until last night. And it's very good to know that. So if you do come down here, just know that they have that. And that personally, I would take advantage of it because, again, it's going to be very warm. So, yeah. Alright, okay, so I'm going to get to the topic of specifically today. So today I woke up, I had some time in the morning actually to write, and that was nice. And then we had then we had these auditions where, okay, so at the auditions, these are primarily for actors to like, you know, go up there or do a couple monologues or whatever, and they would get cast into one of these two plays, either The Comedy of Errors or The Seagull, right? So the writers and directors, me being a writer, we weren't like auditioning per se. We were expected to be in the audience and like take notes about their performance, about each actor's performance, which is, I think that's also a good reference for like at least for me, because then I can think about like who might play who. But then again, that's more of a the director. So like, yeah, for like when we write the play, it could help us decide like this character could be played by this person, and then in the play, and then in my play, this person could play this other character. Thank you for sticking around and hearing my near nonsense babble about plays and characters. You're welcome. And then after those auditions, we had a little actor workshop, but we got to stick around and see it and participate a little bit, which I was happy about. And it was some like physical exercises. Like we did the theater staple of walking around the room aimlessly, and then we stopped and we did shapes. This makes no sense to someone who's in the theater. Okay. So we were walking around, and then we were told to like look at something, and then, okay, basically the point is that we're supposed to like kind of like feel the aura in our acting, and like investigate like how we feel in like different poses, and like really just being aware of our surroundings and our feelings when we're acting, or at least that's how I interpreted it. So yeah, that was fun. I got to go out there at one point and do this like spring multiple times, and that was cool. After that we had another little workshop, and this was about like theater rehearsal etiquette of like be kind and respectful, and respect people's emotions and stuff. And they divided it into the ABCs: access, belonging, and co-regulation. We talked about like how to handle conflict, and how to involve everyone properly, and how to be as respectful as we can, stuff like that. So yeah. Alright, and later today we have at 6 o'clock we have a reading, and that's gonna be fun. And then after that, we should have some time just to write. So, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end this video diary off because I'm gonna turn my fan back on because I'm really warm. Goodbye. Hello, welcome to day 4 of the video diary. Don't mind my fan in the background. I'm gonna try to speak over it, but it is like it's like over 90 right now. It's like it's been like mid 90s all day, and it's felt like 100 degrees outside, like literally. So I'm just trying to get my room cooled down a little bit before bed. I mean, I've had this thing on all day, but like I don't know. I don't want to turn it off and have it get all warm again. Anyway. So today was my first day of classes. So that was fun. I woke up today pretty early because I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I wanted to go to the fitness center that they have here, and it's a very nice building. It's about like an 8-minute walk from Cushing, but I accidentally took a longer way around, so it took me like 12 minutes. But I got there. It's a nice building. It has a lot of stuff, and something that they do is they have you take in like a washcloth and a spray bottle, so then you clean up whatever you used before you leave. I thought that was that was a nifty thing that they did. Right, before I forget, here's the gum that I had today. My daily gum. I think I brought that up a couple of days ago. Been doing that every day. Yeah, so I had 3 classes today. My first class was acting, and that was 9 o'clock. And so this is like a separate acting class from the ones that the actors take, right? This is an acting class for the writers and directors combined, and it's more of a way for writers and directors to get a feel of the acting perspective, I guess, because when you're writing or directing, you kind of do have to look at it from the actor's perspective too, and think about how the acting part of plays is going to incorporate into your work. It's good to be aware of that. But yeah, today we just did some warm-ups, introductions. We talked about some stuff. Nothing really too serious yet. I mean, it's the first day. That seems to be the case in most educational scenarios, for it not to be super academic in nature. But yeah. And then we had a writer's workshop today, and that was fun. We did some talking, like the acting class. Oh yeah, by the way, these classes are 2 hours, so acting was 9 to 11, and this class, the writer's workshop, was from 11 to 1. So I had that class. Around halfway through, we did this writing exercise that took up most of the rest of the class, and that was cool. Let me read to you an excerpt from this. Let me find a good one. Okay, here we go. I'd like to run away to Missouri. What the actual fuck? Allow no, shut up. You suck. Your gimmick sucks. You're a loser. Great. I'm giving you no further context for that. Okay. So that was fun. It was a cool exercise. We also talked about the dramatic question. which is basically like what, which basically I think they described it as what does the play want to be, or what does the artist want to be, because those two things can be different. Like sometimes the artist will have to like separate from their work kinda and like accept that it's going to be different than what they envision it as, and sometimes they have to like they have to wrangle it, as they described, into being what the artist wants it to be. It kind of depends. It's up to the artist to decide that. But yeah, I'm really sweaty right now. Holy shit, this is awful. It's supposed to get, actually, it's not supposed to get that much warmer, but it's supposed to stay like mid to high 90s throughout like the next 2 days. I hate that. Actually, I don't know. It gets like low 90s in Wednesday with some rain, and then after that it drops off to like 70s. So that's fun. I'm excited for that. Then I won't be dying in my room. My room that has no air conditioning, like the rest of the hall, and there's only the fan that I brought in the windows that I have open right now, because I need to let the cool air in. Okay, and then we had lunch, and then we had it was this class roundtable discussion, and basically the writers and the directors and a bunch of like the head people at Powerhouse, like Michael and Ed and a couple other people, or I actually don't think Ed was there, but either way, yeah, we got together, we talked about the plays that we had seen, the performances. We had seen 3 at this point. And, yeah, that was fun. And then in the second half of this class, we actually got to interview and share our thoughts on one of the plays with the actual writer of said play. So that was exciting. It was cool. We got to actually like meet the people behind the shit, and by shit I mean a really good play that I liked. I didn't mean that in a mean way. I just said it as a replacement word for stuff, which is a thing that I do sometimes. My camera battery is running low. I'm gonna have to charge that tonight. Yeah, no, that was fun. It definitely we got to discuss a lot about like the play's themes and like the messages and the story and stuff, and like certain elements that we liked, didn't like, and even if I didn't always agree with what like other people were saying, it was interesting to hear it, and it definitely like at the very least it made me reevaluate my own ideas and opinions on the piece, and in some cases it actually like changed my opinion, like because like there were some really good points and arguments made today from everyone, and I just think it was a great thing in general. That's definitely something I'm gonna look forward to in the future, because I think it's pretty cool stuff to really talk about this more in detail. Yeah. Other than that, I actually had a lot of time today to write, which was fun. I'm writing a short play right now. I'm a solid way through the first draft, so that's fun. Look my nail. Hang on. Hey, zoom. I've been like chipping away at the nails. Actually, Okay, so at first, there we go. All right. At first, like, it was just chipping on its own, right? But once it started chipping on my own, I just had this like urge to like chip at it even more, like do this and like try to scratch at it. I don't know why I do that, but I do. Yeah. I think that's about all I have today, actually. Probably gonna go to bed here pretty soon. I'm tired, man. Yeah. I'll see you in day 5. Hello, welcome to day 5 of the video diary, and day 2 of this fucking heat wave that is melting my skin off as we speak. I'm in my room. I have my fan on over there. I turned it down a little bit so it's not as loud, so hopefully you should hear me better. But yeah, no, it's been so warm here. It's like high 90s today, apparently, so that's fun. I think tomorrow's supposed to be pretty warm too, so that sucks. But after that, we should go down to the 70s from what I've read, so that's fun. I'm gonna be happy for that. It's gonna be like going to Antarctica at this point, because right now I have been stuck in the Sahara Desert for 3 days, and I do not want to stay here for much longer. I want to clarify. I want to stay ambassador, definitely, but I don't want to be having my skin melt off. You know what I mean? So, first today I woke up and I did my morning routine again. I went to the gym and I did breakfast. Starting to really figure that out. I did have to like kind of rush to get my shower in though, so we gotta see how to do that in the future. I'm sorry, dude. Thank you for bearing with me as I do this. My hair is really like sweaty and like weird right now. So for my classes today, I had stage composition first. And basically I think we're just like, I don't exactly know what the class is about yet, but I know it's about composing the stage and being able to look at the physical space and then figure out how to work with it and how you can make a good space out of something for a play. I know that's not a good way of explaining it, but it's the best you're gonna get for this entry. And the building for this was in such a random location. Like it wasn't like distinct or anything. It's just this random ass brick building in a sea of brick buildings with like a little sign in the front that you can barely see unless you're close. So I had to look around for that, and it actually made me like almost like late to class because I just didn't know where it was. Like, here's the thing, we have a map and it was on the map, but you know, again, it's a very nondescript location. It's just kind of like in the grass somewhere, so I just had to like, you know, kind of walk around that general vicinity to find it. And if it hadn't been for one of the supervisors, or whatever you want to call them, seeing me and directing me to the location, very very kindly, by the way, they were very helpful today, and not just for finding this building but for finding other stuff, but I'll get into that. But yeah, stage composition was good. I liked it. We went outside and we looked at some stuff, and we tried to find a good place to do a play. Hypothetically, of course. I mean, we got to draw it out. It was cool. I drew Markiplier at one point, I think. And then after that, we had script analysis. And this class was, well, I mean, it's about analyzing scripts, as the name might imply. And today in class, in our first day in that class, we were looking at, ironically enough, the first pages of different plays and analyzing them. And like, we were supposed to like split up into like partners, and my partner just so happened to have this other play to where like to where our two plays had eerily a lot of like similarities and stuff like that, and we just had a lot to discuss about it, and I thought that was cool. And one of the other writers in that group, because it's a class with both writers and directors. One of the other writers was like, he told a joke about two whales going to a bar, and the joke is that one of the whales was drunk. Yeah. Okay, and then after that, we had our first observership today, and I was put into the comedy of errors along with someone else. We were observing that today. It started with a sewing workshop, and it was at the costume shop, but I didn't know where the fucking costume shop was, because they hardly ever told us it, and it's in this like random like location in like the basement area, so I couldn't fucking find it. And then I had to get the same person from earlier to help me find it. I mean, to be fair, they were just like kind of there. They happened to be there when I needed them, but still. After that, it was pretty good. The sewing workshop went good. It's cool. I wish the observers got to see what they were doing. But aside from that, I wish we got to see what they were sewing. Like, we saw the class, but we couldn't really see the fruits of their labor, and I thought that was kind of disappointing because I wanted to see the patterns they were sewing. I thought that would have been cool. If I say cool enough times, it'll make it cooler. That fan just hit me for a sec. That felt good. Better take a breath. Yeah. Water. Stay hydrated in a heat wave. And then after that, it was the main event, the main rehearsal, and I thought it went very well. I thought they ran through the first like 2 acts of the play, primarily, and that took up most of the time. And I thought we got a lot done. The director is very open to things and is welcome to trying things out and taking notes and stuff, and taking notes from others, which I think is nice. Yeah, after rehearsal today, he was telling us like, hey, if you guys ever have like something that you really want to like pitch in, you like raise your hand, shout it out at an appropriate time, which yeah, I think it more so depends on a case by case basis, but like I guess just don't interrupt something major, like if they're going through a scene. You could wait until like after he stops to say like I don't know. again, first day, I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, no, it was like a delight to go. Like it was, I thought it was great. I took some notes about the directing style and like what they were doing. Actually, one notable thing. I'm gonna whisper this. It's a secret. I don't want others in the other dorms to hear it. But they're writing a song. They're writing a song for the comedy of errors for the beginning of it. And I think they're gonna do an ending song too. The sounds. So I'm excited for that. "10 minutes. This recording for 10. Oh my god. the finished video for when I upload all of this is gonna be so long. I'm gonna have to do this in parts. Oh my god. Okay. I will figure it out. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I have to write a monologue by Friday for something. So wish me luck on that. It's a project. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this now. See you in day 6. Hello, welcome to day 6 of the video diary. The heat wave is still going on here. I was like low 90s today. It wasn't as bad, but still pretty bad. Sweating like a sweaty 10. Yeah, but apparently it's supposed to get better starting tomorrow, like in the 70s apparently. So I am really looking forward to that. Stay tuned for day 7 when I discuss Paradise on Earth. My classes were the same as Mondays, so there was acting and writer's workshop. It was cool. Did some acting exercises, and we looked at a play and writing in the writer's workshop, so that was cool. I liked it. It was about a dad and a son. I can imagine all the I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna make the joke anymore. I did have an extra class though today, and that was a contemporary performance, I think it's called. And it's a weekly class that goes on for 3 hours, and we just watch a play and then talk about it. But it's like a modern play, so it's contemporary, because I'm pretty sure those words are very, very similar in definition. But yeah, basically it just means like we're watching newer performances of plays and like talking about them. Today we watched a one-man show where there's like this guy and he has his family, and there's this one rich guy in the family who owns this house, and then at one point he wants to sell the house, and then the main character guy tries to shoot him, and then he fails, and then he's really sad, and the play ends. I didn't really like it very much. It was very confusing to me. Like it's a very admirable and respectable play. I just didn't really like it personally. So yeah, because it's a one-man show, and admittedly the set's great, but anyway. But yeah, we watched that. It took like roughly 2 hours, and we talked about like the choices that they made. It was cool. My observership went good today. My one class kind of cut into the observership a little bit, so I didn't get to stay for as much of the rehearsal as I could have, because the observerships, you go to the rehearsals for a certain show, and then we watch them do their thing. I think I explained this in day 5. I don't know, man. Hopefully I did. But yeah, basically we're just observers. We're watching the rehearsals. So far it's going pretty good. They're They're doing good with their thing. But yeah, other than that, I've just been reading some stuff for homework. Gotta finish that, I think, by the end of the week. And then I'm working on a speech right now for my script analysis class. It's about we got to choose the topic, and mine's about voice acting. So yeah, hopefully it goes well. Maybe I'll record something from it if I can. I'm not sure how I'll do that, but I'll whatever. Yeah, this is about it. I'll see you in day 7. Hello, welcome to day 7 of the Vassar video diary. This is gonna be a short one because I'm tired. I want to go to bed. It's nearly midnight right now, but the temperature actually fucking dropped below 90 for once. So did it today. So that was good. I wasn't sweating my my elbow off in the heat. I was actually able to exist outside comfortably. So that was nice. It went down to like I think like the mid to low 70s today, or at least it felt like that, because it was definitely a lot less warm than it has been, and it looks like it's gonna be the way. It looks like it's gonna be the way tomorrow too. So I'm happy about that. Classes today. I had stage composition first, and we went to a cool art exhibit on campus, and they had all these I think they're called naturalistic paintings, where they're like drawing like nature and shit, and it's meant to be very realistic. But then in this other section, they also had a lot of it was like a mix of the naturalistic stuff and like the like all different sorts of paintings and exhibits. So one of them was a piano. It was dead ass just a piano, and there's a music sheet on it, I guess, but like that's it. So yeah, it was fun. I also had collaboration today, and this was a class about the writers and directors learning to work together hand in hand and be friends. Yeah, and that one went good. We talked about like how writers and directors communicate, and they showed us an example by communicating the teachers, because it was a writer and director teaching the class. So they showed us an example of a writer and director talking, and then we took notes about it and talked about it. So yeah, it was a good positive example, by the way, just to clarify. And then after that, I had my observership, and that went good. Not really too much new, but we've been really refining some stuff. Making more music cues and stuff like that. A couple of songs, or we have a few songs in there actually. So that's fun. But yeah, that's about it for today. I'm gonna stop this now. See you in day 8. Welcome to day 8 of the Vassar video diary. And day 2 of not being in a heat wave. Or I don't know, it's either day. Yeah, it's day 2. This is gonna be a quick thing, because it is very late right now. But I had my classes today. I had script analysis, which I did a speech for, and I think it went really well. You know who else goes really well? I'm not gonna continue that, but yeah, I think it went well. I will find out. But yeah, and then I had sound painting today. I did not like sound painting very much. I don't know. It's just not. I mean, I've only had it once so far. Maybe you'll like it more in the future, but I wasn't really feeling it today. But basically, if you don't know what it is, the best way I would describe it is like abstract chorus. You know in chorus class they have you like lined up on the bleachers, and they have you like sing in harmony or some shit. That's basically what we do in there, but it's like different because they're having us like laugh and do long tones like that, but it's different long tones. So it's like music sort of, but yeah. I don't know. It was perfectly fine. It's an interesting experience, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me, and that's fine. I don't really mind that. My observership went good today. It's usual stuff. At the rehearsals, I helped some people practice their lines because we're starting to go off book a little bit, and then at the end of rehearsal, I played this we played this silly game where we went through the show, but instead of doing it like the original dialogue, because it's Shakespeare, it's very Shakespearean like. We had all the actors do their lines in like modern lingo, so that's fun. But yeah, it was really fun, and I think it actually helped me understand the plot more. So take that for what you will. But yeah, that's about it for today. We got some readings going on over the weekend, so I'll have a bit more to talk about. But yeah, see you then. Welcome to day 9 of the video diary. It is Saturday today, so it didn't have any classes, but we did have a Q&A section for a show that we haven't seen yet. So I didn't really know what to ask because we haven't seen the show, so I don't have anything specific about the show to ask, because I haven't seen it, so it was just very general questions. But it was still fun. We got to talk to the directors of what we're going to be seeing tonight. They had a fun story. They had some advice. I thought it was a good hour-long session. It took place here. It took place here from like 10:30 to 11:30. So actually I had time to sleep in and like do work, because I did work last night. I was up very late until like past 1. So yeah. Yeah, no. I have a rehearsal to observe. A little bit, not quite yet, but a little bit. And then we have to see that the reading of that show that I was talking about like a minute ago in this fucking recording. So hopefully you'll have some context for that Q&A. And I'm excited to see the show. I'll update you then. Hi guys, it's day 10 and I'm about to go to bed. But first I gotta recap what happened during the rest of day 9 and also during day 10, because it was the weekend, so it's Sunday today. So I'm kind of doing this all at once. Getting the more mundane stuff out of the way. I got some laundry done today, finally, so I'm stocked up on that. I also did some reading stuff I had to do. I did some writing. I got to do a lot of writing today. Alright, and then as for observerships, I had the one Saturday. That went good. That was for Comedy of Errors. And the reason I bring that up, that is for Comedy of Errors, is because the next one isn't going to be for Comedy of Errors. It's going to be for Biography and The Seagull, apparently. Because I'm getting swapped over to that. Yeah, okay, so from the looks of it, from what I can tell, I think this is going to be a regular occurrence. So we'll be like swapping over to different so if you ever come over here, just know that you're probably not just gonna see one show the whole time. You're gonna see a bunch of other shows as well. And I think you can like email like Mike Haz and Ed or whatever, and ask to stay in one for a longer period of time. That, from what I have heard from my sources being my teachers here. But yeah, no, you're kind of expected to like do, I would assume, at least a few or all of them, or fucking all of them maybe. I'm not sure. I will find out. But yeah, I'm gonna go over to this biography show for this next week. So it's fun. Hopefully that goes well. There was also a reading today, or not today. It was yesterday, and it was so fucking good, dude. I loved it. It's like up there. It's one of my favorite ones I've seen so far. I gotta be honest. Like it's so powerful. It was called something. Let me see. It was called The Bronx Brown Girls Can See Stars Too, or The Fuck Is You Looking At? It was really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, hooray for that. This probably out of focus. I don't care. Okay. And then, okay, so the reading was yesterday, and then today, there was a special performing arts exhibit, and it was called Performing Arts. Pretty sure, yes, it was called Performing Art. Actually, like singular art. And that one was actually directed by my by a director that I have worked with previously. So we got to have a little reunion there for a minute, like after the show, and it was very, very, very cool. And the show itself is very cool. It took place at this art exhibit at this place on campus called the Loeb. It's spelled Loeb. And it was sort of like a tour around the place, but they had like all these like fun little like I want to call them skits, but that kind of does them an injustice, because it doesn't really feel like a skit. It feels like an art piece that is being performed. It's almost like that's why it's called performing art then, because wow, so smart. You can see right up my nose, can't you? Hang on. All right. And it was like a bunch of like different of these like little art performances, and at one point they were making all these goofy ass noises, but it was very cool, and it was very, very, very cool. I enjoyed it a lot, and all the art there is cool, so seeing that again was also cool. I would rate this a good score if I were making a YouTube video like Shea Frail Ass Productions. I would definitely not consider it a disappointment in the game of life. it would be the opposite of that. In fact, it would be a proud achievement in the game of life. Yeah. And then later today, this took place in the evening. It was a coffee house, and it's basically like a talent show, except there's no rating system, and you just go up there and like do shit because it's fun, and like that, and it's basically it. You can do like pretty much anything. Like I did a monologue. Some people sang. Some people went up there and did stand up and poured water on their head, like an entire bottle of water, just randomly. It was I assure you, it was really funny. It was really funny. But yeah, I did a monologue. I wrote it over the course of like a few days, during like last week, and yeah, I just put it out there. People really liked it, so I'm glad of that. I'm thinking of different things to do the next few weeks, because I'm pretty sure this happens every week. So yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I talked about the Q&A, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. I guess that's about it for this day. I mean, yeah, it is. I'll save it for tomorrow. Okay. Love you, YouTubers, viewers. Bye. Hello, welcome to day 12 of the video diary. The KJ like video diary. Yeah. You may have noticed that I skipped a couple days. I think I skipped like Monday actually. Yeah, we talked about Sunday, right? Yeah, we did. But basically there was a performing arts showcase, and that was cool, and I did work and shit, and I also went to the coffee house and performed the monologue. Yay! Now you're caught up. And now it's day 12. And also technically day 11, because I'm going to talk about that too. It is really hot today, by the way. I don't have my fan on because I want the audio to be like audible. But just so you know, I am mounting right now, and there are some very loud people right next to me. So if you hear fucking Mario Kart World, I think, then just keep that in mind. It's been so warm the last couple days. Okay. I suppose first things first, I should talk about some of the major changes that have happened for this week. I'm part of a new observership. So instead of observing Comedy of Errors, I'm observing Soundpainting by biography. Which Soundpainting, for those who do not know about it or know what it is, it's basically like a chorus, except really abstract chorus, and I will leave it at that. But it's honestly, like Monday, I just wasn't feeling very good in general, like mood wise. I don't know why. I just felt so fucking pissed with everything. But today I'm actually feeling pretty good, and I like what I'm seeing so far. Sound painting isn't really my favorite like art form, but then again, like I haven't seen too much of it. But like I don't know, like it's a good show. Like yeah, like and to be fair, I would say I like the show. It's not my favorite, but I would say that I like it. So, and the director teaches some of my writing classes for writing for writers, because I'm a writer, guys. So that's fun. What else is there? Okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of that observership, there's this. Okay, so there's two observers, me and one other person. Except that the other person just is part of the fucking show now, which I think is stupid for multiple reasons. But sure, go off, I guess. I guess I'm happy for him because he's doing things in life with his fucking guitar. So yeah. Alright, classes. I mean, I guess it's more the same because they give you like a weekly schedule, and it's just like you do the same classes every day of every week. So yeah. So today, for example, I had the same classes as I did Tuesday of last week, and that's the case for Monday too. So yeah. I want to talk about homework too, for these classes. I'm not going to go into like specific assignments so much, but I do want to talk about the general like what to expect. At least if you're a writer. I'm not sure if you're a director or an actor. I guess I can't assume it's like wildly different. I'm sure you still have okay. You'll see. So one of the main things we have are like readings, and the assignment is that we read things. They attach something and then we read it, and then that's the assignment. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. We did have to read a screenplay though at one point, and a stage play at one point. So you may have to read like pretty long things sometimes. We also had to read a dense essay, and I did that today. That was assigned like earlier this week. So yeah. In the last 5 minutes, I have been sweating from my armpits a lot. Ew. And then the second, I just realized how much I'm saying in this. Like, I don't know what to say, because I'm fucking dying right now. Projects. We've had a couple of them. One of them was for acting class, and basically we had to like do a 2-minute scene, except the scene is just something that we do in our regular everyday lives. So for example, what I did for mine was I just like brushed my teeth, and I performed brushing my teeth for them, and I actually brought my toothbrush and toothpaste, and I left a fucking washcloth on the ground so I could like spit onto it, and then like reenact me spitting out my toothpaste mouth shit. You know the like foamy stuff that happens after you brush your teeth, you know, like spit it out, and it's like all gross. Yeah, I showed them all how to brush your teeth in real time. So yeah. So you might get like just short projects like that, just stuff. Nothing really too complex or anything like that. And then you have to write, and then on occasion you have to write plays, and those are fun. Sometimes it's like, for one assignment we had to like write a scene from Alien, except as a stage play instead of a screenplay. Yes, those are two different things. So I thought that was fun. I finished it like an hour ago. So, and I chose the scene where Kane first finds the titular bitchular alien, and he gets fucking destroyed by this alien, right? And that's the scene I chose, and I think it went good. I think I did good on it. I think I deserve an Oscar for this shit. I think I deserve a Grammy. I deserve a Lifetime Award. And then we also had this project where we had to write a 10-page play, but they gave us the story for the play, so it wasn't our story, but we had to write the play. And we were told that we could like change details of the story if we wanted to, and that's what I did, a couple of them. But yeah, I thought that one went good too. I mean, I can't really. I think the thing is too is that there's no real grades. You just kind of do it, and then they're like, "Good job. Here's what we thought of it," and then they tell you what they thought of it. So it's more about taking the notes and then improving on your own, rather than expecting to get a big fat C+ on your report card at the end of the powerhouse summer. I don't think that's really what they do, honestly. That's not really their it's not really their thing. What the fuck is out there, dude? It sounds like thunder, but I'm sure it's not thunder. It's like clear out. Shut the fuck up! I'm swearing a lot in this video. This is gonna get demonetized now. I'm gonna get my whole channel just demonetized for swearing and saying the 4-letter F word as opposed to the other F word, which is like way less good to say, and you shouldn't really say it at all. I would argue, personally. Anyway, the library. Oh yeah, I finally saw the library yesterday. It was so cool. It was air conditioned, and there were all these books, and there were these 2 people grunting while I was there, and it was really weird and annoying, but I didn't really mind because it was only in one corner of the library, so I wasn't around them for that long. Yeah. Oh my, holy shit. Oh my god. Wait. No way. Is it actually raining? What the? It was not raining 10 minutes ago. Why? What is happening right now? I don't understand it. This is like genuinely very surprising right now. What? What? Huh? But yeah, anyway, I saw the library was good. At Performing Arts. I'm not sure if I mentioned this because I wanted to mention it. But I saw some people there that I recognized. One of them was actually, funnily enough, the director that actually suggested that I even apply for this in the first place. Because they do stuff here. So that was like a happy family reunion, except the only family was us 2, so it was a very small reunion. But yeah. So today, finally we get to the topic of like literally what happened today. Well, I had class. I had stage composition, and then I had script analysis, and then there was a lunch break, and then we had the observership for like 2 hours, and then we cut it off short because they thought we were pretty far ahead, which is why I'm recording this at 4:51 p.m. And we're gonna have dinner here in a little while. Then we're gonna go back to the fucking place and do more shit. That's fun. I'm gonna let this charge. Hang on. Actually, it's 4:58. It's actually 4:58 right now. Sorry, guys. I lied. I fooled you, I think. I'm not actually sure if I fooled you or not. I probably did, though. I don't know. I want to open the window right now, but I can't. But I'm not sure if I want to because it's also raining and I don't want it to get rain in here. So, yeah. I mean, that's really about it for today. For day 11 and day 12, but mostly day 12. Let me get my gum so I can finally chew it on camera. For once. Even though I've been doing it every day for the past, like, all of the days. Hello. Welcome to day 13 of the fucking video diary. The reason I say fucking is because that's something Americans like to do. We swear all the time and it's really funny. And the reason why I'm trying to act really American today, I just realized I'm not wearing an American shirt because this is not red, white, and blue. It's actually just black and green and no other color. Anyway, today we had a barbecue for lunch at the dining hall. They had a barbecue chicken and hot dogs and pasta salad and watermelon, and I think they also had juice stuff, but I didn't try that. I just made a really gross soda concoction out of like 6 different sodas because that's the most American thing I've ever seen in the world. Yeah, alright. I guess I should get into classes today. I had my writer's workshop today first, and we had to do a presentation of sorts, a 2-minute sort of presentation. This was assigned like Monday this week, right? And the whole thing is that we have to do something in actuality, which basically means that it's impressive because we're doing it. So we're supposed to like present something to the class and it's supposed to be like impressive or something because we're doing it. So the thing I did, because I'm a little bit funny. I'm kind of known as the funny guy in my group. I did improv on my own and told 3 mediocre jokes with good ideas, but it could be better execution, but I tried. So that's worth something. I think part of that too is that usually I do better when I'm in an improv group, because then that kind of gives me a buffer to like really formulate the joke I want to make. Like even if I have it right away, I need to like sit with it for a minute. So that's usually what I do while I let a few other people go up and like really like hurry up to the stage, tell them the silly joke they want to tell. Great. And then I had my acting class today. Don't you love it when I talk super slow like this? And I gotta be honest with you, I didn't really do too much. We were presenting our projects from Monday. Since I already presented, I didn't need to fucking do anything except for like watch and then give critique occasionally. So that class was pretty easy. And then we had the barbecue lunch. We had contemporary art today. Contemporary performance class. 3-hour class. And in this epic class this week, we watched a play that is not actually a play, it's a performance art piece. And there was no dialogue, and there was no real story to it, and it was very very silly, I assure you. There's a lot of physical antics, a lot of feet for some reason. I thought that was kind of weird, but I moved past it. Someone made a Quentin Tarantino joke at one point. I made a joke about someone about someone's mom walking in on a certain scene because it looked like sex. So funny times overall. Overall, I love that. Whenever I say overall, I imagine overalls in my mind, and it's always funny to me. I'm sorry. And then after this class, I would usually have to go to my observership afterward, except they got down to dinner a little early, and they're not coming back until 6:30, so I still have some time, because I'm doing this right now. But yeah, I mean, I gotta go back at like 6:30 for the rest of my observership today. But other than that, I am doing good. I got assigned a project that is due Monday, where I have to do a thing that is 2.5 minutes long, or 5 minutes long, or somewhere in between, and there's a bunch of shit that I had to choose from to put in there as like scene elements. We have to pick freely, so that'll be exciting. I bet it'll be a riveting romp for all involved. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Bye. Hello. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to day 14. After me fiddling around with my focus for like 15 seconds. Okay, first thing that's on my mind, the weather today. It was very weird. So this morning, right, it was really cool. So that felt nice. And then during the day, it got really fucking hot out. Like really hot out. Like and then randomly okay, so I had my headphones in for like 10 minutes, right? For like 10 minutes. It was perfectly fine. And then like 10 minutes later, I take my headphones out, and then it's just a fucking biblical storm going outside. What? And that only lasted like an hour, and then after that it was like fine, and now it's getting pretty cool actually, which I think is nice. I've been cooling down my room for a few hours. That's nice. Anyway, classes today. I want to talk about the stuff that I actually learned in class today, because I want to try to digest what I learned, like Kirby when he digests food that he eats, or they. I'm pretty sure they. Yeah. Because I don't think Kirby has a gender, or maybe they do. I'm not sure. Guys, I might be a little misinformed right now. I might be a little close-minded, conservative, stupid, possibly. Okay, so I had stage composition today, and we talked about viewpoints, like physical viewpoints on a stage, and that was like the primary lesson. We talked about about space, time, relationship, the relationship of different objects on stage, like the relationship between my two fingers here. And we did this cool exercise where we sat at like the wall, and then we had two people at a time come up and like stand in different areas of the stage, and we puppeted them around to doing little silly antics on stage, and then we talked about the viewpoints, like what their poses, what their actions told us, what that conveyed to us, even though it wasn't really a story, it was just random shit. But it was cool, because learning. I probably have some notes. I could probably like record a little add-on to this of me just like going through the 9 bullet points, just so you have a reference. But that is what I learned in that class. Am I right? And then I had collaboration. I had my collaboration class, my weekly collaboration class. And that one was the one that I needed my alien scene recreation for, not writer's workshop. So I failed in life, and I should give up and cry about it because I failed. Yeah, no, it was interesting to see what everyone else did for that assignment, because we all looked at each other's submissions. We like read them over and then talked about the thing is with collaboration, it's that it's not about like criticism, like we're not necessarily. It's more so about asking questions and trying to like get into our minds, psychologically break each other down until we can understand each other on a deep emotional level, until our souls merge. That's basically the point of collaboration, is that writers and directors have to collaborate on stuff and understand exactly what the other person wants from a project, because both viewpoints, the writers and directors, are very important. They need to be considered, conveyed to their person, and that's what this class is for. So I'm glad we're learning that. And then we had later today the biography show, the one that I've been talking about the last couple of times, the sound painting one, the one that I've been observing recently. The first showing of that was today in the evening. It was cool. I liked it. It was awesome. They did a good job on stage. It went on for like 45 minutes. It was in the art exhibit. It was cool. I liked it. I will say, however, that this took place during the fucking biblical storm, so that was cool, I guess. Really added to the atmosphere. I guess, to hear wind and rain for part of it. Other than that, I mean, I've been working on play for an assignment. I'm working on a screenplay on my own time. I've been reading As You Like It by Shakespeare, because I wanted to read that. I've been doing the video diary, as you can see in this video. That's probably at least an hour or two long at this point, because a lot of these entries have actually been kind of long. Yeah. I had my gum for today, by the way, so don't worry about that. Okay, what should I? Nah, it's probably good. Yeah, I'll talk about it tomorrow. there's something going on, so I'll talk to you about it then. Okay, love you, bye. Okay, adding this on now, I want to talk about the actual viewpoints that I had. I wrote them down in a Google Doc during class. We did viewpoints of time. There were like 9 of them. There were tempo, duration, kinesthetic response, which is like basically like the spontaneous things that we do, or I guess like habitual things. Like for example, someone slammed a door and it made a loud sound. We'd probably turn to the noise, and that would be like a kinesthetic response. It would be kinesthetic, or kinesthetic. Yeah. There'd be repetition, which is what I just did when I was fucking stuttering like a dumbass. People who stutter are actually pretty cool. I do it all the time, and I'm the coolest guy I know. Except the fact that I'm a girl and not a guy. So take that for what you will. We did shape as one of the viewpoints. We did gesture, behavioral and expressive, outer and inner. Like outer expression and inner expression and stuff like that. Basically the outer stuff would be like external things that we can actually see. Like I would assume someone interacting with a fist, and that they are being punched in the face by a fist. And then expressive would be like when they go, "Ouch!" I would have done that louder, but it's 10:30. I don't want to wake anyone up. But that's basically the conception, I'm pretty sure. We got the viewpoint of architecture, which is like mass, texture, light, color, sound. There's the spatial relationship. There's topography. Oh yeah, I'm also working on something for the coffee house this week. Except it's supposed to be a presentation, but they don't have a fucking projector, so I can't present it. So I gotta work on that. I gotta find a way to do that without the projector. So that's fun. I'm gonna have so much fucking fun with that, aren't I? It's so fucking fun! This video is gonna get demonetized, because I swear all the time. I'm not even sure if I am I'm not monetized. Let's not kid ourselves here. Okay, I should actually turn this off now. I think my camera battery's low. Bye. Hello, welcome to what I believe at this point is day... Is it? Yeah, it's 15. It's day 15 today. Hello. As you can see, I'm in a suit right now. With a white shirt underneath. And you may be asking yourselves, TJ Luck, why are you so fucking ugly? And also, why do you have a suit? Well, first of all, that's a matter of opinion. That first thing. I mean, it's an opinion that I have, but it's still a matter of opinion. And second of all, I will get to that. Don't you worry. First. Okay, I think it's thundering out. Hopefully we don't have another biblical storm. That would suck. I would hate that. Anyway, classes today. I had script analysis first. And I think that went pretty well. I think that it went good. We talked about fairy tales today, which have a lot to do with theater, surprisingly. We talked about the elements of fairy tales. We talked about flatness, the simplicity of the characters and shit. We talked about abstraction. Talked about the rather precise descriptions of characters and like emotions, telling and not showing, stuff like that. We talked about intuitive logic, the intuitive logic of a fairy tale. You know, this happens, therefore this happens, kind of shit, right? And then normalized magic. I think you can guess what that one is about. I think you can take a little guess at that. I'm pretty sure you can infer the meaning of normalized magic in this context. I thought that was interesting. I thought the essay that we had read for the class was interesting. It was a fun subject to learn about. Yeah. We also had sound painting today. I still am not. Here's the thing. I like watching sound painting a lot. I don't like being like doing the sound painting. I gotta be honest. Then again, it could be because I'm not used to it yet. Like one of my seasoned veteran training company members have said. By the way, that is true. You can join the program multiple times. You can be a returning training company member if you want to. So that's something to keep in mind. This person in question, they were a director. They were an actor last time, and now they are a director this time. So it's fun. It's a fun thing. Let me see what's next. The thunderstorm out there is distracting me right now. Oh my god. Okay. My observership. We're actually observing a different show now, since the rehearsals for the sound painting biography show are pretty much over, and they're just doing weekly shows now. So now I'm observing The Seagull by Anton Chekhov, and I read the script today, and I thought the script was pretty good actually. I really liked it personally. And it seems like everyone else did too. So I'm excited for the show, honestly. We read the play in the rehearsal. We talked about the characters. We talked about we talked about like research that the acting cast had done on the play, because that was, I guess, assigned to them. So that was fun. We played some games about seagulls, and there is paper at one point, and that was cool. And then, the suit. We explain what the suit is about. So basically, since it's 4th of July when I record this, and that's true, by the way, it's actually 4th of July right now, Friday, 4th of July, and they had a super cool barbecue, a company barbecue party for the training company and like the staff and all those people. So that was fun. I decided to dress up. I had my suit with me. I wanted to dress up in something nice, so I did, and I wore this. A couple of people mentioned it. They said it was cool. One person called it a blazer, and the other person called it a jacket. So that's cool. I like the word blazer. That's a cool word. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a monster. This is a Monster energy drink. Hang on, this is a Monster energy drink. This is my first ever Monster energy drink ever. I just took my first sip like right before recording. This is actually really good. Like, holy shit. Hang on. I'm starting out with like small sips because I don't want to. I don't want to like go insane while drinking this and then like start tweaking out and then die. I would rather not do that personally, so I'm taking this very slowly, but yeah, no, it actually tastes really good. So honestly, I'm glad I got that for $4. Yeah, no, other than that, I mean, probably gonna do some writing over the weekend. It's gonna be fun. We got a show this weekend, a simple her story, and that's Sunday at the Coffee House Sunday. I will keep you posted on shit. So, yeah, until then, I will see you in day 16. Hi, Notes app. I am writing to you right now because I don't want to waste my phone's battery and my computer is charging. I like the stool. Quotes from a poop enthusiast. The staging of this is already so strong. I have a solid picture of what this play will look like when finally performed for a wider audience. The director is already looking for specific character acting moments and ideas and trying to incorporate them. Oh wait, I should probably explain what the fuck that was. Okay. Those are some of the notes I took from rehearsal today. So, yeah, I will not be giving context for the stool thing. Oh yeah, this is day 15, by the way. I feel like I should... No, it's day 16. Yeah, no, it's day 16 today. Fuck. Yes, it is. Okay. So there was a rehearsal today. It went good. Things happened in it. Someone tried to sit on a bucket and then failed, and it was kind of funny a little bit. Like we were all in on it. We weren't like making fun of people. Don't worry. That's mean. I would never do that, ever. Yeah. I want to see if I have any other notes from this, but not really much noteworthy for this. The show's going good. Yeah. Earlier today, I did laundry and wrote shit. And we had a Q&A session for another show that we haven't fucking seen yet. So that we don't see it until tomorrow. That'll be for the creative crew behind A Simple Her Story came to the Q&A, and they talked about the process of making the play, and it was cool. But I didn't see the play yet, so I didn't really have anything to ask, because that's not how my brain works. But other people asked things. I don't remember exactly what they asked, but they did ask. Overall, I have like half a page of notes that I could probably pull up right now, but I'm too lazy to, so I'm not gonna do it, because I have to go on my computer, and I don't do that right now. So yeah. Alright, I did the laundry, the Q&A. Oh yeah. So in the last video diary entry on July 4th. Yeah, it was July 4th, yeah. So on my last video entry, I said that there was thunder going on outside. I don't know if you figured it out yet, but it was probably fireworks, because it was 4th of July. And fireworks are something that is used to celebrate 4th of July. That's probably what it was. I think I just heard fireworks right now, actually. They're probably doing them today. I don't know. Either way, I thought that was worth bringing up. Oh yeah, and I enjoyed my first Monster Energy drink yesterday. I showed you that, my first couple sips of that. I had the rest of it last night, or actually, I had like half of it last night and half of it today, and it was good. I like it. Pipeline Punch. I got this other flavor recommended to me during the Q&A. It was like, it's like a blue can. It has it's like butterfly something. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up. Sounds good. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, today overall was really productive. I got a lot of writing done and a lot of reading done. I've been reading some plays and screenplays. And I was reading Annie Hall, and I recognized the Family Guy reference, or rather, the source material that the Family Guy reference is referencing. I recognized that from in the script. Boy, wouldn't it be wonderful if life were like this? I say that like this is gonna have editing. This is not gonna have editing. I'm sorry. This is gonna have like no fucking editing at all. It's gonna be very not edited. To pad out the runtime longer, I'm gonna read a random thing from my yearbook. Let me see. You are not a camel. That I'm not telling you who that was from. If somehow you're watching this person who wrote that and you remember that, hi. I wave to you. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off now. Bye. Welcome to day 17, which I did not need to check at all. It is Sunday today, which means I have a lot of the day to myself, and as such, I don't really have much to report about today, so I'm not gonna. I will say that I've been doing a lot of work. I read a play that was way shorter than I thought it would have been. I'm writing shit. I'm reading shit. I'm preparing shit. I think I shat earlier today. It was great. I have a show to go to later today though, called A Simple Herstory, and I'm happy to go see that because it's probably going to be good. I'm going to like it. And there's also the coffee house today, and I have this killer idea, but I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to share it yet because I want it to be a surprise for next time. Yeah, okay, see you in day 18.
Okay, so I'm not gonna show the next like 2 days of video entries because it makes up like 30 minutes of time, and it's just really unnecessary and stupid. So basically what happened and why I rambled for 30 fucking minutes over the span of 2 days is that in one of my classes, one of my professors said something that kind of offended me, like on a personal level. I don't think he meant it. He said that he didn't mean it, but it still offended me. So I confronted him on it, and I was admittedly like verbally aggressive during this thing. Like not aggressive in the sense of like threatening him, more so like passive aggressive in the sense of like, wow, I feel really hurt by this, and I feel like you did this on purpose. Blah 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 blah. It wasn't like it wasn't like the like heinous, but it was still very mean of me, and I regretted it. So I apologized for it, and we talked it over, and things were good after that. We talked about it like 2 days afterward, I think, and we apologized. And well, actually, it was kind of just me apologizing, but he also apologized too for if he like came off the wrong way when he explained it, because the thing that I was mad about was like it kind of got spurred from like a subject that we were talking about that he didn't explain very well, and then he made a comment that I misinterpreted as offensive because I didn't understand how the thing was because he didn't explain it well. But I still should have been nicer about it. So we apologized. And as you can see, I don't want to talk about this because it's going in circles and it's really fucking stupid. But also it's a good lesson for me to learn and for you guys to know if you don't already know it. And also I want to talk about the conflict resolution at the program because it's pretty good. They're pretty good at like listening to your feelings and talking to you about it. So as long as you're willing to talk to them, they'll be willing to talk to you, and then they can pretty easily resolve shit, or at the very least give you comfort. Sorry, take a breath. So moral of the story, talk to people and be nice to them. I feel like this is something you should already know, and again, I regret it. I'm sorry. It was a period of stress. It's also a stressful, like, program that does not excuse it, but I'm just saying it because it's true, and especially in the second half, you are going to be more stressed, and yeah, just keep in mind that, like, even if stuff arises, it's usually, like, something you can work through. Moving on now, I guess. Skip this thing. Go to the next thing. Go to the next thing. Stop watching this. Play.
Hello. Welcome to what I believe is, like, day 21 or some shit. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. But today is Thursday. And, okay, yeah, it's day 21. So, I had my class, I had classes today. I had stage composition, which actually was pretty fun today, because we got to, like, take different stage directions from plays that we like, and then try to, like direct them, like, and then we, like, take the reins and, like, directing them on stage, with another student in the class who, like, volunteers to act. So, like, I was doing a stage direction at one point, and there was, like, one of the other classmates on stage doing the stage direction, and that was cool. I liked that assignment because it felt involved in a fun way. And then we had collaboration, where I got to do a scene from Alien, except I rewrote it again. So that's fun. I liked that. It was cool. And then I had my observership, and that went, and that went good. We were in we're actually rehearsing in the Powerhouse Theater, like the theater that they use for the readings and all, like, that stuff. So that was cool. We actually got to use, like, real tech and shit. Yeah. One of the observers that's working with us is reading stage directions for the show. That's cool. I'm happy for them. Doing good. I did talk with that one professor from, like, the last couple days of it more, and everything's like cool between us. I confirmed that. But yeah, everything went pretty good today. I don't really have much to say, and this is gonna be a very short entry, but yeah, cool. Oh yeah, one more thing I do want to bring up. For my monologue thing that I'm doing for the New Works Festival, I'm making that a choose your own adventure story, which so far is kind of ambitious, but honestly I feel like it's probably the idea I'm gonna have the most fun with. So basically, there is an actor on stage, and they get a text from their boyfriend, and the whole rest of the monologue is them, like, trying not to get broken up with by their boyfriend. So they have to, like, ask the audience, like, what should I do, A or B? And then the audience, like, raises their hand for A, or they'll raise their hand for B, or, like, whatever. Hi, welcome to day 23. It's gonna be a very quick day because there's not much to report on. but I had a Q&A session with the cast of the play that I saw yesterday, which was fun. Okay, it is very dark out right now. Hang on. Or I guess it's very dark in here, I should say. I had to like close the window partially because it was like the sunlight was really big, so I'm trying to like yeah. But yeah, the Q&A went good. I had brunch before then. I spent the last few hours working. I was working on my scripts for New Works Festival. I was sorting through some of the video diary entries so I can put them all together after the program and make this video that you're seeing. I'm gonna go have dinner now, and then after that I have to go see the Comedy of Errors, except the training company does it, which I'm very excited for because I saw that the rehearsals for that very early on in the process, so I'm excited to see the finished product, what that entails. Other than that, I don't really have too much. I'm going to practice a bit more for my coffee house segment, but I'll talk more about that next time. And I will talk to you Sunday. Bye-bye. Hi, this is a quick add-on to day 23. I just saw the show. I just got back from seeing the show. The Comedy of Errors training company version. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. They put in songs, like actual fucking musical numbers into the thing, and it was really cool, and I liked it a lot. I talked with one of the directors about that like thing where they wanted to like do more New Works on the side, like apart from the New Works Festival, and we've been kind of talking more about that, like more about ideas for like when my submission could go up and all that jazz. So that's fun. Apparently it's gonna go up next week, so I gotta get a cast together. It's 2 characters, and oh my god, this is so funny. So I was talking to him about it, and he was like, oh, when I read your play, I envisioned like 2 people who would play these 2 parts, and so I asked him, and like, and I shit you not, his 2 picks for the 2 characters were exactly the same as mine. I shit you not, both of them were exactly the same. That was so funny to me. I love that. But, yeah. I don't know. So I gotta reach out to some people about that, see if they are interested, and begin to make those plans. I also gotta finish a more revised version of the script tonight, which I'm gonna do. That'll be fun. But, yeah. I do, however, have something to rant about. And this time, it's not about a person, but about a thing. And the thing in question being the goofy ass, stupid ass walk up that they had us do to the okay. So they performed the show not at like any of the theaters or anything. They performed it at this place called the Preserve. And fun fact, this Preserve area, which by the way is like it's kind of like a barn area, or like it's like the outside of a barn. This area is over a half-hour walk from like the dining hall and like Cushing, right? So and now it's not even like it is not an easy walk at all. Like there's so many weird fucking turns you have to make and fucking back roads you have to take. Like it's crazy. It's stupid. And I would get lost. And then I'd find my way again. Then I get lost again. Then I find my way again. Back and forth, back like that. I was like I was like 80% of the way there. Finally got to like 80% of the walk when someone coming up on their golf cart, one of like the faculty there, they were like, "Hey, you want to ride up to the preserve?" So I rode up the rest of the way there. But even so, I had to fucking go down back alleys, fucking all these fucking turns I've never made before. I had to go past a garden. I had to traverse a parking lot in some random corner of the campus. I had to cross a roundabout at multiple entry points. I had to cross like fucking 5 crosswalks just to like get on the path to the place, and it was still I was still in for like a 10-minute walk after that. If I had like, and eventually I stopped at a point where I was like, okay, this is fucking stupid. Where actually am I? Like, there is no way that the place is down this area. I was so lucky that the golf cart came and the person brought me up to see it, because otherwise I would probably be hesitant to go down there, honestly. Because it was this like weird little fucking back row in the woods. Like, no, I'm not gonna go down there. What the fuck? I mean, it's fine. I got there safely, and I actually was able to hitch a ride back from one of my friends on the training company who was going to drive back. So they took me and another observer back to the dorms. So thank you for that person. But yeah. So I'm back now, and I'm going to end this day for real. Bye. Hello, welcome to day 24. Today's going to be really short because, fun fact, the coffee house for tonight got canceled. I have no idea why, but they did. So I'm just going to do a lot of work today. I did some laundry today. Yeah, that's about it. I will see you in day 25. Bye. Welcome to day 25 of the Vassar Video Diary. I'm probably going to keep most of these entries short from this point on, just because I don't want to take up too much space on my computer, and it's just and also I'd be repeating a lot of stuff that I've already kind of made points of before. So I'm just gonna long story short, classes were good today. I'd say both of them were fun. They were nice. We talked a lot about like feedback, like giving feedback and receiving feedback, and we did that with some of our plays. So that was neat. There was a storm that happened today. It happened like after I got out of my observership, and it was not fun at all. I was scared a little bit, because I was trying to like run home and that was not fun. My new observership is going good. It's a pretty peak show, actually. It's a musical, and I like it a lot. It's kind of a funny story, and it's good. That's really all I have for today. Oh yeah, one thing I should probably mention is that when I think I've brought this up, but there's roundtable on Monday for the writers and directors, and then there's also contemporary performance for directors and writers, and those are on Monday and Wednesday respectively. Do not forget those exist, please, because I've done that a couple times while I'm here, and it's kind of embarrassing in the moment, if I have to admit. It's usually fine. They're forgetting about that, just as long as you then come to the class when they text you and you explain that you forgot or whatever. But yeah, just save yourself the trouble. Don't be like me in life. So yeah, I'll see you in day 26. Hello, welcome to day 27 of the video diary. I'll also be going over day 26. This will be like a 2-day combo, just because there hasn't been. I don't want to repeat too much, and I am standing like right in front of the fan right now. I'm sorry if you can't hear me well. I'm hoping you can, but if the fan is annoying, then I don't know. The heat has been like awful the last couple days, and I am fucking sweltering right now. So I'm not gonna deal with that without the fan. There's absolutely no fucking way, dude. I got some nice cold soda here to cool me down, but yeah. Alright, so I want to talk about the New Works Festival, because we've been doing a lot of stuff for that. Recently, like, we were supposed to get our drafts in, our first drafts for our new work, revised work, and monologue in by, like before Monday. And then Monday and Wednesday, we went over all of them. We went over or at least we went over the new work and the monologue. I don't think we never went over the revised work, but I assume we're going to do that, or we'll look into that with our directors, but as of now, we've seen the new work, we've seen the monologue. They actually sent all of the works out to all the directors through email today. They've been holding off on that a little bit, but they did it today. And then I think later this week they're gonna meet up with all gonna meet up and like talk about this. Or I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna go yet. I'm kind of confused by that. But basically they're gonna make those decisions during this week, and then next week we'll get like our cast of actors. We'll get paired with the director, and everything will be cool, and we'll get started with rehearsing. And for rehearsing, we're doing a system where we're all gonna do a few different plays each day. So they described it as like a big logic puzzle, but basically, for me, for example, I am going to be at a rehearsal each day for all 3 of my works. For my new work, revised work, and monologue, and I'll have 3 separate rehearsals for each of those, but they'll all be like one after the other. And my new and revised works are going to have longer rehearsals, while the monologue is going to have shorter rehearsals, but we'll rehearse each every single day. So that's cool. We're kind of splitting up that time. And of course I will be working with each of the 3 directors here. I'll be doing my new work with one director, my revised with another director, and my monologue with a 3rd director. And those will get decided soon enough, and we'll hear back. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been doing some revisions for that kind of stuff. I've been like kind of preparing, especially like the new work and the monologue, since we've been looking at those and like getting feedback and trying to figure out what to do from here. And so that's exciting. Actually, we've had a lot more time this week in general to just like write, which is honestly really cool, especially since our observerships are usually take up a lot of time in our day, to the point where it makes writing harder. But recently, like the one that I'm in right now, okay, let me talk about this for a little bit. So the one that I'm in right now is a musical called It's Kind of a Funny Story. And apparently it's like an adaptation of a novel, but yeah, with that, it's a musical, so they're doing a lot of like table reading stuff right now for the songs and for the book, which is basically like a musical script, and I fucking hate this heat. Okay. And rehearsals have actually been a lot shorter, to the point where today the rehearsal was so short that you know how I have I don't know if I said this, but I have a class on Wednesdays from 2 to like 4:30, right? And that class is like every week. Rehearsal today was so short that it ended right around when our class was ending today. So I didn't even go to my observership today because I didn't have to. So yeah, I guess that's cool. It means I have more time. That means hell, we got out at like 3:40, and they were like nearing the end of the rehearsal. So even then, they ended like a little bit earlier than like they ended earlier than 4:30. So stuff has been really short recently, and we had a lot more time to ourselves. And it feels like this week in general it feels like week 4 in general is very much just like preparing stuff for week 5 and having a lot of time to do that, which honestly is like really nice, like genuinely. It feels nice to slow down and like actually take a breath. I say as I'm out of breath. The irony of the situation, only a writer could do that shit. Actually, I'm sure there's a lot of other people who could do that shit, not just writers, but I'm gonna brag about it anyway, because I am a raging egotist, totally, with no irony. Oh yeah, on the subject of my observership, I actually was able to like have a chat with the 2 writers, because there's 2 writers. One of them wrote the book, one of them wrote like the music and the lyrics, and I actually got to have a chat with both of them, and I asked them about like the time progression in the story, because basically I wasn't really too sure how time was progressing and like what significance that might have. Like maybe if they had like significant ideas that like that they wanted to convey. I wanted to like ask about that. And I'm not gonna go into everything they said, but they were actually like really receptive to that. Like I talked to them after rehearsal, like on our lunch break, and they were like very much willing to like talk to me and like actually tell me things, which is honestly really cool. Like that is something I'd recommend. Like if you're in an observership, I would recommend like if you're a writer getting with writers, like asking questions. My advice would be to do it on a lunch break or like after the rehearsal's done, and just like hey, you just be like just go up to them when they're not like talking to someone. Just be like, hey, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about this script? Or if you're a director, you could do basically the same thing with the directors and talk about like directing stuff. I don't think the actors have those though. So if you're an actor, then I mean you can still probably talk to your directors of your shows, like after rehearsal if you wanted to. I'm sure they'd be receptive to that, but I can't personally attest to that specific experience, so you'll have to kind of find that out. Yeah, a bit of a tangent here, but it technically relates because it's about acting. Acting class. I've actually the last 2 acting classes have been like surprisingly like pretty good. Like I actually enjoy being in them now, which is crazy and redonkulous, but that's cool. We've been doing Monday. We did this exercise where we got with a partner and we wrote a short play, like a very very short play, like 10 sentences long, I think. And we did a bunch of like experimentation with like vocal delivery and like stuff like that, just like acting shit, and that was really cool. We did something similar today, but it was a little different since it was with a pre-written script, and we focused more on like staging and like physicality of it. But yeah, honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about this week so far. I'm enjoying it. It's going by pretty quickly, which sucks, and they're not as busy, which is nice, but it's also kind of boring. But honestly, I appreciate that at this point, because week 5 is gonna be a lot. But yeah, that's about all I have. I might combine Thursday and Friday depending on what happens. So expect another combined entry. Otherwise, I will put a cap on this. See you later. Smell you later. Hi guys, it is day 28 currently, and I did not think that I would be making an individual entry for this day, because I thought it was going to be like another like work day, but actually, something really interesting happened. We got our director pairings for all of our things for the New Works Festival. So I know who I'm working with for my new work, my revised work, and my monologue now. So that's cool. They told us this today. They told us about the monologues. They told us about that yesterday, but we got to actually talk within our groups more during class today. And then in my second class of the day, they announced the new work and the revised work, and like who we're working with for those. So I'm pretty excited for that. I've talked to everyone about like all the shit, and I have a lot of work to do over this weekend, but I think definitely today gave me a better sense of direction on what to do. So that's good. Yeah, other than that, today was good. It was still very hot. It's still very hot right now, which fucking sucks. I really do not like the heat up here. That's one thing to keep in mind. It's very hot up here, like 90% of the time. So just keep that in mind. Bring a fan. I'm sure you've noticed my fan that I have, but bring a fan. Yeah, because you will need it. And if you don't have one, then they have their own. But you should probably have your own fan, because otherwise it's not going to be fun in your room. It's going to be very warm, actually. The building's mostly air conditioned, except for this residence hall, because of course it's not. I mean, we had observership today for a while, so that's good. We see the show for that tomorrow, the staged reading of it. So I'm excited to see that, see how it goes, and yeah, that's about it. I'll probably make an entry for tomorrow, so I will talk to you then more about stuff that happens tomorrow. See ya. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. It's still day whatever it is when I'm recording this, and oh fucking god, I have to rant about this. I have to complain about this, because you need to know. When you come to this program, the biggest problem you're gonna have is sleep. Like, I'm serious. Hi everyone. This is going to be a very weird entry today, but today is Fuck, I gotta look. Yeah, it's been that long. 33. Today is day 33. It's Tuesday today. And I don't think I've made an entry since, like, I want to say either Thursday or Friday, but just in case I talk about Friday too. So this entry is gonna be weird. First of all, we skipped like 4 days. The reason for that is that I have been very busy, and I just have been procrastinating on doing this. So, yeah. The good news for today is that we're gonna have a shit ton to talk about. So I'll probably have to like do this entry in parts, like I did some of the others. So, yeah, let's get started with Friday. Friday I had my classes. I had script analysis and sound painting. And sound painting this time was actually pretty good. I usually don't really care for that class as much, but today we got to bring in our musical instruments. And I just so happened to have this. And it's super cool, and I got to use it. And that actually made things a lot more fun today. Or Friday, I should say. Yeah. And then we had a show. It was a musical. It was the musical that I'd been observing for like the past week at that point, and I thought the show was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. There were a lot of good songs in it. Yeah. You know. Oh yeah. Afterwards, they did this like big training company like celebration at like 10, where they served like dessert, food, drinks, and the whole training company was there, and they had a bunch of like actors, directors, writers that they were on for the season. Like they're all just like, you know, coming together to shoot the shit and be cool together. Yeah. And it was a very fun party, honestly. I feel like since I rarely get to see most of the training company outside of like specific events, it's nice when stuff like that happens, because then I can actually see my friends. I mean, not like the other writers and directors aren't my friends, but I don't know. I feel like when you're isolated to only like yourself and like 5 other members of the training company, when there's a training company of like 25, you kind of start to feel a little bit lonely in that sense. Like you're missing out on so many other people. But yeah, it was a good celebration. I thought it was fun. The cheesecake was really good. They had macaroons, stuff like that. So it's fun. And then we go on to Saturday. That day we had the Q&A. We got to the writers of both the musical that I saw. It's Kind of a Funny Story, the musical, and then the writers for another play called The Holes. And, you know, as someone who is in the playwright position themselves, I thought it was a very interesting discussion about their working process and how they got started, like doing what they do. They talked about like some of the odd jobs they did. They talked about how they like built work relations, how they dealt with rejection and hardship. I can't remember everything specific about it, but it was a very cool conversation that we had about the workings of writing. So, yeah. We had one show that night, but I had some time in the middle of the day. So, since I got paired up with my directors for the New Works Festival and all my new works, I actually got to talk to them a lot more about especially the directorial side of things. which I thought was super interesting, and I thought that was a good conversation to have because it leaves us in a much better place for when we start rehearsals for that, which I will get to. I might need to do it again. I might need to do this in parts because I need to like leave at some point for breakfast. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I could like have breakfast here, but also I'd have to like type down all my thoughts first because it's a lot. So I guess one way or another I should probably wait. But yeah. But yeah, I'm paired up with all my directors. I'm working on one thing with each of the 3 directors that are there. It's cool. We had one show that night, and it was at the fucking preserve. So I had to walk 30 minutes there, and then this time, I had to walk 30 minutes back. So that was fun. I think I got partially lost at one point, and I started to panic, and then I remembered where I was, and I turned around, and it was like right the fuck there. So I was fine, but for a moment there I panicked. So shit. The show is great though. They did this thing. Okay, so it's The Seagull by Anton Chekhov, and it's in 4 acts, and in each act, like the characters are played by different actors. So for Act 1, you have like fucking, let's just say Bob playing Triggerin, and then Sue playing Arkadina or Arkadina, yeah, Arkadina, yeah. And etc. And then for Act 2, you might have Sue playing Triggerin and Bob playing Arkadina, and then so on and so forth. And then they switch it up again for Act 3, and then for Act 4, they go back to the Act 1 casting. I know that sounds confusing, but trust me, when you're watching it, it's pretty cool. I don't know. For me, I feel like I do tend to get a bit lost when shows do stuff like that. But I think they did a good job, or at least a better job at distinguishing characters because of specific props that they have and costumes that they have. And what happens with like how they switch roles is that they have these transitions where all of the actors kind of like become seagulls, and they fly around to music. They have like a paper. It's like a paper airplane. They like fly down. Well, while they are transitioning, like me in real life. So yeah, cool. They had this song that they played during the transition. I can't remember it, and I'm not sure what the lyrics are. So I remember not fully understanding the lyrics, but either way, it was a very atmospheric song, I thought. So yeah. Okay, and then we move on to Sunday, which a lot happened today. I think more happened on Monday, but for now let's just stick to Sunday. We had 2 shows that day, one afternoon and one evening. They both were good. They were both more like, well, actually, the afternoon one was more of like a staged reading. Where they have like the music stands up there, and they just like stand by the music stands and read their scripts, more or less, with some minimal acting. But yeah, and then the other one was another one. Okay, so the Seagull from yesterday was made by the training company, and the same thing goes for this one that I'm going to talk about, Oresteia. that one did something really interesting. So basically, I think it's like an ancient Greek tale or something, where there's this like there's this guy, and he's born to like a king and a queen, but they're like really evil. So he then tries to kill his mom, and then he succeeds in killing his mom, and then the Furies come along, and they're like, "What you did was bad. Fuck you, man." And then Apollo. Wait, is it Apollo? I think it's Apollo. Okay, Apollo comes along, and he's like, actually, he was just doing what I told him to do, so he's perfectly innocent. Fuck you. So then, they actually like had the audience come to a vote on whether the guy is innocent or guilty for doing the crime. So, which then, at least in my like little cohort, because I got to actually finalize the vote, and I got to like break the tie. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah. It raised this like interesting conversation about free will and like responsibility, and I just thought it was really interesting that they chose to do that, because it got us thinking about the morality of these characters, and to an extent our morality as people. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was very cool. I liked that. Okay. I will say that when I watch multiple shows in one day, especially when I'm under stress, like the stress that I'm in now, I do tend to like feel a bit bored, just because I'm sitting there all the time and like for hours and hours watching stuff. And I think I get antsy too, because I want to do things to the point where I partially can't enjoy the thing, because I'm just thinking I should be working right now instead, right? Yeah. But yeah, otherwise very good shows. I also got mostly finalized scripts for all of my New Works Festival works, and I discussed them with the directors. And the reason I say mostly is because we're allowed to do rewrites during the rehearsal process if we want. So I imagine us making small changes here and there to this. But yeah, it was a load off my plate, I'll tell you that much. And then, my dear friend, we at the coffee house. It was canceled last week. I think I said that, but this week I finally got to do my cartoon stand-up, where I do cartoon impressions of characters and then do stand-up with them. It was a rip-roaring laughter riot in the theater. People really loved it. I did a Squidward impression. I did a Muscle Man impression. I did Joe Swanson impression. I did a Mario impression, and I did Daffy Duck. Despicable. I don't know. I promise they were really good during the coffee house, except for maybe my Mario impression, but every other one was pretty good. Every other one was really good. So Alright, so I'm gonna stop this for now. I'm gonna come back to this to talk about Monday, which was yesterday, and today. But for now, I just kind of want to eat something and go to class. So, bye. Okay, quickly, day whatever it is, continued. Okay, so Monday, we got a lot of new information about the New Works Festival. I'm going to talk about that now. First of all, we got our cast. Technically, that was last night, but we talked a lot more about it today. Or not today. It was Monday. I got paired up with some cool people. Hope to do some good work with them. I've already had 2 rehearsals today, but we'll get to that. We talked a lot about this week. So basically, okay, so today we're rehearsing all 3. Tomorrow we only rehearse the new plays, the ones that we wrote specifically for the festival. Or we wrote first for the festival, technically. We could work on that afterward. Yeah, like anything worked on here, by the way, could be worked on outside of the festival. They're not maintaining rights to anything, so just keep that in mind. Anything you do here, you can do it outside of this theater program. But yeah, then tomorrow, the New Works, and then Thursday we do our revised play and our monologue. So we get 2 rehearsals for each, and they're all split up equally, like in terms of time. So today we had roughly 2 hours for each thing. I still have my revised play rehearsal to go to. But yeah, we got 2 hours for each. And then over the next 2 days, we have slightly longer rehearsals, I'm pretty sure, for all 3, but it's still all like equally split. Like they're trying not to give too much or too little time to any given project. So yeah. And then they also talked about a lot of like the parameters for what should be in our plays. We talked about different like tech stuff, because we're doing this in a theater room, or like a lab theater room, where it's basically just like a big black box with like bleachers. So they do have some tech stuff in there, and they gave us like a limited amount. Like you could only use like 2 lighting cues, 2 sound cues, blah blah blah. But basically we just can't have too many like tech cues, and that basically just means like a spotlight might turn on, or the lighting might turn like red or something. Like I don't know, just giving an example, or maybe to like play a sound effect during one part or something. And I'm sure part of that is just like, oh, let's not give the tech people who are like behind that too much trouble, right? And actually, we do have tech rehearsals Friday and Saturday, but I don't think I've heard too much about that, so I'm just gonna hope that they're gonna tell us more about that on Thursday or like something. But yeah, no, just the last couple days. I mean, it's been stressful, but I think Wednesday and Thursday we're getting to a point where the main focus is on rehearsals and not so much on like stuff outside of that. But yeah. Right now, actually, I'm looking for some props I could use for one of them. I'm planning on using maybe these. I'm going to propose this. I also got these ice packs here that could be useful. I don't know. So just some stuff that I have lying around. Because that's part of it too. We're not really supposed to buy things for this. any props that we have or any costume pieces or anything like that, it should all be like, it should all come from us, and we shouldn't be like spending money on it, because that's not really the idea of this. So yeah, in general, throughout this process, they've kind of emphasized that these are basically being done in a week. They're not really expected to be all that great, or even really finished at all. But it's just like a kind of a sandbox to like toy around with for a while, and then try to make something that could be developed into something greater. So that's kind of the idea with this. Yeah, that's really about it so far. I mean, in rehearsals, we've been like running. Okay, let me talk a bit about that. So in rehearsals, we've been running mainly just like lines so far. Like, especially for my monologue, we've just been running through all the different like choices and endings, because it's a choose your own adventure thing. And we've been kind of like, and we've been like trying to like really look at like staging and look at like how characters are acting. So I guess it depends on like what we're doing, because the monologue was focused more on like the lines and some elements of staging, whereas with my rehearsal for the new play that I wrote, that was focused more so, I'd say, on acting, especially with the warm-ups in the first half. So I think it really depends on the actor too, because their directing style is going to impact how rehearsals go. Like, the one for my new play is very much like adamant on warm-ups and stuff like that. So that took up like half the fucking rehearsal. So basically, a lot like my acting, a lot like my acting teacher, not coach. I mean, they are coaching me in a sense, but they're not really my coach. They're not Coach McGurk, sadly. All right, I guess I could see a bit more on classes. Nah, I mean, I don't know. Classes themselves have been partially lending themselves to this new Works Festival process. Like, my stage composition class today was pretty much just about like the director and writer pairings, like trying out some basic basic staging things, like how we want the set to look, how we want to like set things up and all that stuff. So it's cool, we got some of that figured out. It's cool. But yeah, it's not this process. This process right now isn't even really that hectic on the basis of like I need to write tons of new pages. It's about all this other shit, which is just kind of like it seems like small stuff, but then when you have to do all of it at once and with such a short and with so little free time, like that kind of fucks things up a little bit, or at the very least, it makes things difficult to do. But I'm doing them, and I'm proud of myself for that. Anyway, that's about it. I'll make sure to report more about rehearsals over the next few days, because I'm sure more developments will be made. But, yeah. Bye. Hello. Welcome to what I think is day 34 at this point. I don't know. It's like the middle of the day right now, so I still have my rehearsals to go to, but classes were fine. We had today I had my final writer's workshop and acting classes. It wasn't too bad. Tuesday night went pretty good. I actually liked the rehearsal then. We practiced the revised play. We casted it. We did a lot of stuff with physicality. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that one. My rehearsal today is for my new work, and that's gonna be a long one. So hopefully it goes well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's about it. Welcome to day 35. Hang on. Am I getting it? Yeah, I'm watching Family Guy. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. But I'm watching Family Guy before I go get breakfast. I was writing a little bit before then. I feel like Family Guy cutaway comps are so weirdly good at being like background noise to work. Yeah, take that for what you will. Anyway, yesterday went good. The rehearsal was good. If there's one thing I've been like really exercising with this whole thing, it's my ability to just like let go and let the director do their thing, like they have to do, which I've definitely had to do for my new work especially. So that's fun. But yeah, it went well. I had to bring a couple ice packs to use as balls or something. But I think we should be able to get tennis balls to use, which would be more appropriate. Because we use a couple balls in the show as like props. We have to source that ourselves, so we've been asking around to other people in the program. Today I have rehearsals for my revised work and my monologue in that order. And there's like a 3-hour break in between each. And actually I think it's almost 4 hours, but there's also the dinner break, so you gotta keep that in mind too. Yeah, and I think that's because of the weekly sound painting thing that some of the actors do, so they kind of have to like hold off on the rehearsals until that's done. So that gives me some time to do my own thing, so that's good. Today I have my final stage composition and collaboration classes, so it's cool. Yeah, I think that's about it for today that I've got going on. We saw some of the tech stuff yesterday. We got a sneak peek at like the lighting. They have like warm and cool lighting. We saw like the blackouts, just small things. And the directors got to look at different like lighting things and see what they might want for their shows. So yeah, I guess that's about it for now. I'm gonna go down to breakfast, and I will talk to you in day 36. Hi guys. So I'm pretty sure I already made an entry for today technically, but I got some more information about the next couple of days I want to tell you about. So we got more information, first of all, about tech, the tech rehearsals for Friday and Saturday. So basically, all the directors are going to be doing their tech in like chunks of time, or like blocks of time. So I think each one gets like a couple hours, like overall, or I think it's like a few hours for each. I think each director gets like 3 or 4 hours over the next like 2 days, over like tomorrow and Saturday. And they'll just have that whole chunk of time. They'll work through all 3 of their shows, that they're doing. So yeah, it's fun. For the writers, I think they can go to whichever one they want, to whatever blocks they want. It kind of just depends on what they want to do, because they're not really like posted to one specific thing. Yeah. Also, unfortunately, I think the showing of a show is going to get in the way of that a little bit for us writers. It's going to make things a bit more difficult in that sense, because we're going to have to be like taken away. So I think Saturday I'm not going to be able to see as much of the tech rehearsal stuff, which sucks. But oh well, I guess it's what has to happen. Yeah, very cool, very cool. I also got some information about Sunday, which is the day of departure, the day we are moving out of this area and going back home. So on Sunday, we're expected to leave sometime between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. And we're expected to have all of our stuff cleaned out. We're turning in our keys and all that. And yeah, it's just, we gotta make sure everything's clean. We're gonna do a room check. So that's what I'm starting to do right now. I'm starting to clean a bit. I can't do everything yet, but I can do some of my stuff. I've actually had a lot more time, even during rehearsals, just to do stuff. So that's nice. I have another rehearsal tonight after dinner. It starts at 8. I'll be up kind of late, but I did have a lot of time in the middle today to just kind of clean. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I might not have too much to talk about for Friday and Saturday. I'm not sure how much I'll talk about, just because I'm not sure how busy I'll be. But I will try my best. I will definitely. I'll definitely do a recap of everything on Sunday or Monday. I'm planning on as an epilogue of this epic journal. Yeah, it's crazy to think that this is so close to being done. Like this video diary and this program and everything. It's crazy, man. I'll tell you, it's been stressful here. But it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun here. I'm glad I got to come into this thing and do all the stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a lot. Again, with stress, it's definitely you definitely gotta be careful about keeping up your mental health and emotional health and physical health. Because it's very warm. We're doing a lot of active activity, especially if you're an actor, so make sure you're hydrated. Yeah. I guess that's it for now. Bye. Hi everyone. Welcome to day, I think 37, because it's Saturday. I'm not sure if I did a entry on Friday, but just to recap, we started doing tech rehearsals that day. So I got to see some tech for all the shows from 2 out of 3 of the directors. We have a tech rehearsal today for the last 3 shows made by one of the directors today. We got to see. They got to run through a lot of with the transitions between shows and the sound cues and shit. There's a couple cool light cues. We had our last day of classes today, and we had everyone in the training company in class for sound painting, which is not usually how it is. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was fun. It was fun. I got to play the guitar for like 30 minutes. Neat. Yeah, at this point, I mean, we also did a stumble through yesterday, which basically means we just ran through the entire show, and we took that and we pointed out like trouble spots, and we're gonna work on that. We worked on some of that yesterday. We're gonna work on the rest of it today. Get it smoothed out. I thought it was very fun to see the stumble through because I haven't seen most of the shows up until that point. Like I hadn't seen like a majority of them because I only knew about like I kind of knew what they were about because we had read through a couple of the monologues in class, but those were during a stage where it was still in like a very early draft for the most part. So they ended up being like quite different than what I had seen. So it was basically like seeing a new play or a new monologue or whatever the case might have been. But yeah, it was super exciting to see everyone's. And I feel like it was much easier to see how an audience would react to my monologue, especially because that one requires a lot of like audience participation involved. So yeah, good day yesterday. Let me change the focus. Today's the last full day we're here. Tomorrow morning we go home. So I did some packing earlier today. And by earlier today I mean like 30 minutes ago. Or like I guess like 15 minutes ago technically. I have a lot of my stuff. I have a good amount of stuff packed, but I still need to pack a lot of other things. So that's going to be something we need to work on. Probably either tonight or tomorrow morning. Because I have until like 11 to get everything settled and figured out. So that's going to be kind of a problem. But I don't know. It should be fine. I have some stuff packed anyway. I'm trying to stay ahead of that. So, yeah. What else? Anything else? No, I don't think so. I've still been doing I've actually been doing some writing on my own, working on a couple scripts. So that's fun. Like outside of the program. One of them is based on one of my plays. Like it's an extension of that. So that's fun. Working on that. Today we have a coffee house, and I've got a super cool plan for that. Since I'm probably not going to make another entry until I get home, maybe. I'm just gonna tell you right now. It's an epic song that I wrote and composed called the Coffee House Song, and I made it for high school, but I remixed it for this, so I'm hoping it's cool. I'm hoping it sounds good and people like it. It's 5 minutes. Okay, I guess I'll see you at the end of the program. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess I should tell you that today is gonna be the show. Like the actual final show of everything, like all the plays and stuff. It's at 7:30. I don't think I said that before, so I should probably make sure we know that. But yeah, it's today at 7:30, and then tomorrow we go home, and that's the end. So yeah, it's gonna be sad to see people go, but we have contact information, so it's good. Yeah. Bye. Oh yeah, sorry. Fucking third continued file. So a funny story. One of the actors got like really sick, And this actor just so happened to be in one of my shows. So, like last minute, like yesterday, we had to recast them as as one of my professor's wives, who's actually like an actor, like a professional actor and everything. And they went to some rehearsal stuff yesterday. They've been familiarizing with the script. Things seem like they're going well. I want to talk to them, but I'm trying to get the contact information because I haven't gotten that yet. I'm trying to get their contact information so I can talk to them about my vision for the play when I wrote it and what it means to me. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like really unfortunate that that the original actor had to got sick, or they didn't have to get sick, but they did. Okay, that probably came off. I was trying to correct myself. I didn't mean to come off condescending. But yeah, it just sucks that they got sick. I'm sorry to hear that, and you know, I know this other person's gonna do great. They're gonna do good. I'm confident in that, and I guess I'm just waiting to see what happens. Just waiting to see how it goes. You know, yeah. Hi everyone. As you can see, I'm back in my room at my house, and not at Vassar. I just got back yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. That was the last day of the program. I guess I should start with Saturday with the New Works Festival, because that was a big thing. That's like the thing. It went pretty well. I liked all the shows. That was my dryer, but I'll get that in a few minutes. My new work, it needs a lot of work done to the script still, and I have a lot more plans for it, but I think this was a decent testing ground of the concept, and for what it's worth, I got a lot out of it personally, in terms of like where to go, and I got to really see how the audience receives the comedy aspect of it, because there's a lot of physical comedy, there's a lot of like darker comedy. Yeah, I thought it went good. I think the script could be a lot better, but if anything, that just shows how well this went, because I was actually able to like do this script, like test out this concept, and then like find ways to work on it. So yeah, got a lot of good laughs. People said "aw" a few times because there were some sad moments. You might say we made him laugh, we made him cry. We fuck, I'm ruining the joke. We made him Family Guy. That was the joke. Stuttering fucking ruined it. Okay. The monologue went very good. We got the Big Mac ending. And that's the ending where the guy orders all the Big Macs instead of proposing to his boyfriend. As you can tell, it was a very fun time for all. I think people really liked it. A lot of like everyone kind of like participated in it, and it was really fun. I loved it personally. I'm so happy with how that turned out, and as a concept, I'm really interested in like doing more with it, because again, it's a choose your own adventure thing. Like audience gets to pick how it goes. I want to do more with that. There are limitations with like how far I could really take it, just because like it does require a lot of pages. Like even for the script, it required like 16, 17 pages. Yeah, that's a lot. I think it was okay. It was 15. It was 15 pages. That's still a shit ton of pages for that I had to write in like a week. So, yeah. Okay. And then, of course, my revised play was... It went in that order. New work, monologue, revised. I don't think everyone's went in that order, but that was the order that mine went in. And that went good. If I do it, I know for sure that if I want to do anything else with that concept or those characters, that it has to be something different, because I think that the script as is, I don't want to say it's run its course, but it definitely feels like tinkering with it anymore wouldn't really help me at all, and I should just like try something else, like I should try something else in the sense of like, this is good, I think we can do more than just this. It's sort of like why people make more than one episode to a TV show, because there are more things you can do with the concept of the show than just one thing, or like fucking two things if it's like A-B plot structure, whatever. And everyone else's were great. Loved all of them. It was a very good show. It was kind of heartbreaking when it was all over, because that was like the ending of the program, basically, more or less, because Sunday we were just like packing up and leaving. So that made me kind of sad. Oh well, I guess, but still. And then right after the show, we had our last coffee house. It was in the Shiva, and I had a banger idea. All right, I had this banger idea. What if I sing the coffee house song for the coffee house? Wouldn't that be really fucking funny? So that's what I did. I sang the coffee house song, and people really liked it. And the song went like, coffee house, I love drinking coffee. I'm moving my hand right now. It tastes good in my stomach, and it's really good in my mouth. Like that. Yeah, great lyrics, right? Fucking amazing lyrics. Love them. I wrote it in high school, but I revised a bit for this. So, as you can see, the camera is nodding. You, the audience, are nodding right now, yes. And then I went home shortly after that, and because I had to wake up early to pack everything. And then the moving out process. It's sort of like the coming in process, where like it's sort of like it's like when you arrive and they like have a specific time frame for when you should arrive. They have that they have the same concept for when you leave. So yeah, you have to leave between like, I think I said like 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. So you gotta like, you actually have to like plan ahead and let them know roughly when you're gonna leave, like before Sunday, so that they can like, so that they know. And if you absolutely can't leave before then you gotta like fucking like let them know, and they'll like work it out. So yeah. Anyway, I woke up. They do let you have breakfast before you go though. The dining halls are open. You get to have breakfast. So don't worry about going hungry. At least not until you're fucking 2 hours into the ride home, and you get lunch at Burger King at a rest stop, and you get a Bacon King meal with onion rings and a Dr. Pepper. Yeah. And then they just have you like bring all your luggage down to like a little an area. They have like signs, and you can yeah, just have you bring it down. And you just leave whenever you're ready. I left it around like 11:20 because that's when my parents got there. Actually, it was my mom and my grandpa, but still, we went whenever they got there, and then we drove back, and yeah, that's really about all that happened. I should probably end this off because, fun fact, I am currently editing this this video diary, and I'm only at like day 20, and it's already 2 hours, so it's gonna be a really long video, but I think it'll be worth it, because I think it's cool to document this shit for people's reference, and also for my own reference, because I think it's fun to look back and like see what I was doing each day. Overall, I don't know. Considering this is my first like real video diary, I'm happy with how it turned out. It's not the best thing in the world, but who the fuck was expecting it to be? So, yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna stop this now. I hope you enjoyed this video diary, this Vassar video diary, this Vassar experience, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, goofs and gaffs.